Hi everyone, this is Deborah. Welcome back, and I've got a couple more quilt blocks, maybe 2, 3, I'm not sure yet, that I'm going to do or finish on camera. So I've started a couple. This one here is actually one of those long cloths, and I have pleated it, and in the middle it had a big stain. So I cut that piece out and then kept on pleating. I quite liked this. I was just playing around and I liked it so much I ended up sewing it down on top of the quilt. And then this here is a piece of dyed muslin, which again I was just experimenting with to see if I liked it, and decided I did. So I stitched all that down. I haven't trimmed this up. I'm not trimming the sides. I will trim them back to the cloth, but I'll hold them in, because once it's finished and the two pieces of two blocks are joined together, I will then come in and put that over the top of the block of the binding that I'm doing. So you're not going to see the edging, some of the edging or the piece of sashing on those two. And I will then catch this down properly once I've done that, because I don't want it coming up like that obviously. But I'm going to put something else on top of here and some other things on here as well. So I'll grab a couple of things and see what's going to go. Now I'm not going to use doily, but I may use a piece of ribbon. So I'll have to get my ribbon stash out and have a look. I may even just do a little tiny piece like that. I wonder if I've got enough of that. I think I have. Reminds me of suspenders that we used to wear when we were children at school, before the invention of pantyhose. Yes, that's how old I am. I remember before pantyhose were invented. And I remember when we got pantyhose, whoa, that was a big eye-opener. We didn't have to wear suspenders anymore to school. Because if your dress blew up, your school uniform blew up, and all the boys would see your suspenders in the top of your stockings. Ah, dear. Wonder, does anybody else remember suspenders? I probably have some viewers that do remember suspenders, and the problems that you had with them, keeping them done up, especially the back ones. They'd come undone and your stocking would fall down, and nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to put something on top of here, because that goes really well with this, and it also will then hide the top of these. I might not cut them off. I was going to cut them, but I think I'll just put that on like that actually. Okay. Yep, 3 of them will fit across there perfectly. And as usual, there's probably some other things that are going to go on here. But for now, I will just see how that one goes and sew that down. I'll do a couple more before I take it to the machine. Now I had this one on the table before, which I also pinned on a while ago. This is obviously a little kid's dress. It's so pretty. I have a few of them that hang in my craft room. And I thought, will I cut it? And the answer is, I think I'm going to cut it off around the block. So I need to put something on here as well, because it's a bit dirty. So I thought about cutting it like there. It's a bit of a this one, I don't have trouble cutting doilies, but this one is going to be difficult because it's just so pretty. And it's also got a little rip here. You can see it's got a hole in it, so I'd have to put something over the top of that. But because of that stain, I think it's going to get cut. All right, we'll take a deep breath and we'll chop into it, will we? There you go. Yeah, that was pretty terrifying, but that's done now. I can't go back. I can't put it back together. I've got a beautiful bit of fabric now with another little bit of embroidery on it that I'll be able to use in something else. But there you go, done. All right, I'll just even that up a little bit. And I could have taken the back of it off as well. I've chosen not to do that, just to pin it in place and do it. And once again, the sleeves, I'm going to keep them, and they will go over the binding strip when I put this together. And I need something now to hide the end of that, and maybe even something up here I wonder if I could put that. That's no good. Just see what I've got in my basket here. I do have this piece of lace, which I think I'll tuck under there. Maybe I'll just put that all the way along there. I might put it up the other way actually, so that the pretty edge doesn't get caught in the binding when I put the binding on. I found a doily. I also have this, which is a large piece, but it doesn't have any seams on it like this. It's a raw edge. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know whether to put the doily on here and then something else across there, or put the doily here with something else across there. I don't want to use that same lace. I found a piece of lace. I am going to make sure that's tucked all the way in there. I might use one of these ones that I got in my haul the other day. These are hand stitched, closed, or together, I guess. They came obviously off an old quilt or something. But if anyone's got any tips for how to get this off, let me know. Because I want to do it without ruining the doily. There you go, that's got that thread. But I've got 2 more to go. So tips gratefully welcome, please. Whoever has stitched these has done an excellent job. I suppose because they're in a quilt, they wouldn't want them to come apart, would they? They certainly have got them on firmly stitched in there on both sides. But I think I'm breaking the back of it now. Gosh, that was a job and a half just getting one of them off. I have to sit down when I'm not quite so rushed. I think that's part of the issue. I was rushing to get it off, that it took so long. Okay. It's still caught in there. I'm trying to get that out. There you go. Anyway, that looks really sweet. I'm pleased that I took time to get that off because it looks really pretty on there. So we'll stick that on. That needs to be sewn down. And I need something for in here. I've got a couple of these I was going to use on something else and I didn't. But I could put them on there, couldn't I? At least this one up here. I like the look of that one. That might be a bit much. I've got this little bit of doily here. I could use this. There you go. I think that's the back, yes. Oh, up the other way, I think, so we don't have the raw edge down. There you go. Okay, there's that one, which I think is going to look nice when I get it in and stitched. It's going to look quite good. Okay, we'll put that one aside too. Let's see what else we've got. Now this next one is also a bit left of centre, but you know, we're running with it. This is another panel, comes from a panel that I bought from one of the, I can't remember the name of the range, but I will get it and put it in the link for you. And I didn't realise when I bought it that the panel pieces, the pieces of these were so big. So it didn't work for what I bought it for. But I thought, because I grew up in a farm in country New South Wales, I thought it might be fun to have it in this particular quilt when I was looking for things the other day. I've got my sheep, and you know that because there's sheep down here. That's a very cute range actually. And I put a doily on his head, but this one that I had before, I just thought that's going to look perfect on there. And then I found these little offcuts from various doilies and thought, why can't I just kind of put them on top to give him a fleece and then put these on the quilt? And you probably think I'm crazy, but for me, you know, this is my personal quilt, and I like the fact that I'm going to have some farm animals in it because I've got more. So with this one, I may well, once I've cut it down, oh, I didn't put anything under it. Oh, I forgot the thing that goes under it. Hang on. So let me just unpin these. I'm trying to keep them where they were. And I'm going to actually cut this so I know where things are going. Isn't he cute? I like him. I hope you like him. And then down the sides, although you're probably not going to see much, but I could put some lace down either side or along the bottom. In fact, I could use this one because I've been trying to use this. I love this. I can put that down there. In fact, if I put a couple down there, like that, it looks a bit like grass. Well, you know, you've got to think about it, but it looks a bit like it could be grass in the field, doesn't it? Well, to me it does. So I still may do more on the sides here, but for now the sheep's done, and I'll show you what else I've got. All right, so this is the next one. It's a chicken. Isn't he just adorable? He, she, I think it's a mother chicken. 2 little chicks, and I found the perfect thing to go in. There you go. I've got a yo-yo that just matches beautifully. It's adorable. So that's going to go on there. And again, then I will put some doilies or lace or something around the outside of the chicken. I mean, even maybe some more of this brown lace. Though I think that's a bit of a waste. I don't have to have the word chicken there. I could do it like that, but I quite like the words on there. I've got this piece too, which is really nice, which I could put here. Probably doesn't go very well, but anyway, I'll work out what's going to go on the chicken. So there's chicken, and this one, I probably don't have to tell you, is a cow. Isn't it? I love it. I've got to get the white to go underneath it though. I seem to have lost the backing in all my excitement. You see, they're almost perfect in size. Now, what am I going to put on the cow? Because I can't really put doily because cows don't have woolly fleeces. Well, some cows have woolly fleeces, not this cow. This cow would be a Frisian, maybe. Black and white. I think they're the Frisian cows. Have to dredge up memories from my childhood for that. But again, I quite like the idea of putting that same thing down and having 2 rows of it. So it looks like they're standing in the paddock. Let's put 2 of those down. I won't hide the word. Maybe I will hide the word on this one. Cow. Maybe I'll have 3 rows on the cow. Yep, that's what I think I'll do. 3 rows and hide the word on this particular one. It's there, but I'll hide it. And I'll just put them so that they're all kind of the same width apart. Like that. Oh. When I sew them, I'll make sure they're the same width apart. And then I've got a little bit of doily left over, just checking. I could put that up there. I like that, so that'll go up there. I've actually now run out of pins. Oh no, there's one here. I have to bring them back from the sewing machine. What will I put on him? I was thinking about, You know what I could use is some black buttons. What do you think if I get some black buttons out and work out where each of the black buttons can go? Not all of them are black, some of them are brown. But if I do like varying sizes over the top of the it, what do you think of that? I could put that big one there and another big one, although I'd want that big one there. I'm not sure about the buttons now that I see them all on there like that. It's going to be a lot of bulk, which is fine if it looks any good. I don't mind using up the buttons. I'm not sure about the buttons, to tell the truth. I think the buttons can just wait. They're not quite working for me. I could put some of these little black buttons all over him though. If I stitched, I've got heaps of these. If I stitched all these over the top, these little, they're vintage boot buttons. If I put all of those over the top of where, just black, I've got a whole pile of black in another box, but they're all there. If I put the boot buttons all over where the black is on the cow, I think I like that better than the big buttons, but I'll give that some thought. Stitch this first lot and see how that goes. Or alternatively, I could just use 2 tiny white buttons for his eyes. No, he looks a bit like he's got blinkers on there, doesn't he? I think that these would be the best thing. And if I put some wadding in under his face, under her face, I should say, it's a girl. If I put some wadding under her face, then I could push the buttons in so that they would sit upright rather than falling down like that. So it would look like eyeballs, like that. So I think I'm going to leave those out and give that some thought. But I'm pretty sure that I could do that. Or alternatively, I've got these ones here, which I only just bought. They weren't $1.35. I bought them at a charity shop. They're so sweet, aren't they? Somebody's put a little bit of wire on there to keep them on. Let's get that off and have a look at that, because it's a shank button as well. Oh, I quite like that too. It's better than the red. Yep. I think we're going to go with this. These ones here. So he'll look, she will look like it's got eyes. And I think I will pad the head and then stitch the body. I may even pad the body. Not sure. Don't think I'm going to pad the body. I think I'm only going to pad the head so that I can kind of poke the eyes in. Is that making sense to you? I think that makes sense to me. And once I've stitched the black, it'll be darker then. So that will be the cow block. So I've got the cow, I've got the chook, I've got the sheep, or the chicken I should say. I've got the sheep. I love the sheep. It's so cute. I have a goat as well and a pig. I may well put the pig in. We didn't really have goats when I was growing up. I love goats. They're ever so cute. But we did have chickens and cows and sheep and pigs. And the other one I've got, I think, is a goose. And we did have geese, so I may well do a goose as well. But I've got 3, and I think that's probably enough. And then I've got these 2 with the little dress and this one here, which I'll put more on later. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed that today, and I will be back at the same time next week with more blocks. Thanks for joining me. This is Deborah. Cheers.